Joining us, the head coach of the Cavaliers, Jamie Cluesman. Coach, third game of the season, and it seems to be a reoccurring trend here. Not a lot of information to go on. Coach Hancock's been at Wingate for a very long time, so it is a veteran coach. But four of their top players that we thought they would have at the beginning of the season did not play in the season opener. They've not played now in 2 weeks. So we'll ask you, what can you tell us about the Wingate Bulldogs?
They're well coached. They have a lot of weapons, even if they're down a few starters. I mean, they still have players that can come in and make an immediate impact. They have a couple of Division I transfers, so I feel like they're looking to fill those roles, whatever is going on with those players. I mean, we may get there and they may all forward dress and play. It's like you said, we're kind of going in blindsided, but at least the Ian's been there for quite a few years, so I don't think offensively, defensively, anything will change in that regards. But a lot of it comes down to personnel. So we're going to be prepared as if they're playing. If they don't, then we'll be prepared with who played when they played at Tusculum.
One player that we are familiar with is Hannah Clark. She hit the game-winning jump shot against us last year in Wingate before we beat them by double digits at home. Talk about her, and she had a pretty good opening game of the season there a couple weeks back.
Yeah, I mean, she's a threat across the board. She can score in all three areas. She led the team in scoring last year as a freshman behind, preseason all conference Talia Jeter. She's got some very solid players around her. So for her to step in as a freshman and fill those shoes, she's just a tough player. She's a tough matchup. She's quick. She can get to the rim. 50% of her shots have been threes. She's shooting very high percentage. So she's a tough matchup for sure. But I think their offense goes as she goes. So a lot of our focus will be on her, and having help side and our defensive rotations will hopefully be there. But she's a great player for sure.
Another player on their team, it's a newcomer to the team, Haley Hatfield, a graduate student, has played Division I basketball at High Point. Pretty good size inside. Talk about her and some of the challenges that she'll present your club.
Yeah, I mean, as a freshman, she started every game at High Point. She set a Big South tournament record for single game rebounds with 23. Big body. She's, I think, listed at 6'1", but offensively likes to play on the perimeter. I think 48% of her career shots have been threes, and she's shooting about 35% from long range. So, if she continues to play on the perimeter and we can just contest those shots, then I like her odds. We got to find her as soon as the shot goes up and put a body on her, because she is a rebounding machine. But it's one of those things where with that size, you think they want to play inside, and she may come out and dominate us in the paint. But from what I've seen and read, she likes to play primarily on the perimeter. So we'll just have to expand our post defense out a little bit on her.
Your team is off to a tremendous start, I think, offensively, shooting the ball extremely well, lead the league in three-point field goal percentage. Hannah's shooting it well from the outside. So is Caitlin. Nia's made a three-pointer or two as well. Talk about your offensive start to this season, and then we'll transition into the defensive side.
Yeah, offensively, I think we're rolling pretty good. We're sharing the ball extremely well. We in the last game, like I said, had 23 assists on 28 made field goals. That's impressive in itself. But up until October 22nd, the only thing we were allowed to do in practice was offensive stuff. So we couldn't have any contact. So I feel like we just focused on individual skill, working on consistency with our shots and getting those repetitions in. On the other side of things, our defense, I feel like, is not there. It's not where it needs to be, but we're going to continue to work on it and hopefully improve day by day. And if we can get a good mix of offense and defense, maybe we'll be able to win a few more games than we have in the past.
I'll give you two players. One plays primarily on the perimeter, one plays primarily inside, and one's a freshman, one's a senior. Peyton Sams comes in, hits 3 shots after not taking a shot at Tusculum, and then your senior post player inside to start the day that Stanley's off to this year. I think it's the best she's played in her career in all facets of the game at one time.
Yeah, with Peyton, she's a true point guard. She wants to pass first, but if you leave her open, she's going to take advantage of it. Has a very pretty shot. So I like that she has that confidence to come in and step up and take those outside shots. But also she's very aggressive. When teams play us a zone, I feel like she knows exactly where to attack that zone defense. And, if teams don't step up, she's going to hit that little running jumper. So, very, very proud of her for having the confidence to come in and take those open looks. Ada, on the other hand, you know, like you said, she's playing great. I think she's being very patient. She's not trying to force anything. Getting on the boards a little bit more early this year than she did last year. So, uh, when Ada's rolling, we're rolling. She's very unselfish. So if they, send the double team at her, she's very good at X passing out and relocating. But she has the opportunity to expand her game beyond the 3-point line. So if teams start double teaming her in the post, we'll pull her out and throw another big in there. We got Meg Crawford, Kenzie King, and even KJ. Can give some people some mismatch problems inside in the post area. So hopefully Ada keeps rolling. She's probably shot the highest percentage across the board since I've been here. So, hopefully she can continue that streak.
Coach, I'm not a real big fan of talking about COVID, but it is the first time we went on the road and had to spend the night. So if you could address some of those issues and some of the things that we're doing to ensure that everybody's safe on an overnight trip down to Wingate.
Yeah, so pretty much we'll get on the bus. Hopefully the girls won't have to get off at all until we get to the hotel. They'll go straight to the room. We've pre-ordered all of our meals, so it's not like we have to go out to a restaurant and have them sit there. So the coaches go pick up the food, bring it back, and we'll eat at the hotel, whether it's in the room or if they have a meeting room where we can space out and meet the requirements with social distancing and all of that. So we're going to limit their exposure while we are on the road. So they'll be contained into their hotel room on the bus, and then the only place that they'll see outside of their hotel and the bus is the gym at Wingate in the locker room. So hopefully, we can prevent any type of contact. That's the thing we're trying to prevent is any exposure. So we'll do whatever we have to do to prevent that and still give ourselves the best chance to win.
Final question, as always, keys to victory against the Bulldogs.
Attack their zone. I feel like they're going to come out and zone us. They were successful with that down at third place last year until they came out and pressed us full court. That's another key. You got to handle their full court pressure. They'll run and jump, trap us all over the court. So just be patient and not panic. And then rebound. Rebounding is going to be huge for us, especially if we go 4 smaller guards with 1 post, depending on personnel. So we got to get our guards to get on the boards a little bit more.
That's head coach Jamie Cluesman. Cavs are on the road at Wingate Wednesday night. Tip off at 5:30. You can listen live on FM 92.5 or online at WLSDradio.com. Coach, let's go get a road W.
All righty. Thank you.